Student interaction in a reading list. Looking at a citation, the right-hand pane is used for social interaction with the students. Here, students can like an item and add comments. As administrator of the reading list, you can delete comments here. Confirm. If we go back to the reading list, we can see the number of comments, likes, and clicks to view this item. You can disable all discussions about citations in a reading list. Under Options, Configure List Discussions, hide Student Discussion Thread. Now if we go back to our citation, you'll see that there's no discussion thread here. To restore the discussion thread, go back to the List, Options, Configure List Discussions, Show Student Discussion Thread. And now going into our item, we can once again see the discussion thread. If configured by your institution, you can add or edit a text header to be displayed here above the comment. To do this, go back to the List, Reading List Options, Configure List Discussions, Add Discussion Header, add your header text, and going back to the citation, we can now see the header above the comments pane. Back at the list, students can mark a citation as read. Under Options, Mark as read. And the check mark here shows us this was read. This is of course visible only to the user that made the check mark. To mark as unread, simply click the check mark. Now here in the right-hand pane on the list, at the bottom we have the Suggestions area, where students can add their own suggestions to the list. To add a suggestion, go to My Collection, go to the options of an item, and suggest this item. Select the reading list, add suggestion, and now back at the list, we can see our new suggestion was added, which you as a collaborator on the list can then add to the reading list itself. Now also on the right-hand pane, students can see the upcoming due dates for reading the citation. Clicking on it takes you to the citation details, and the due date will only be displayed until the date passes. Both you and the students can export the list in either Word format or PDF. To do this, go to Reading List Options, Export, and here you select the format, or you can also print. Let's say we want to export to Word. We can now select the bibliography style. That is the format in which the citations will appear. So let's say Harvard reference. Export. Here's our exported file with the list. Now on the user menu, students and instructors can connect to Facebook to import your profile picture. You'll have to provide your login credentials. And you can also personalize the accessibility settings for the visually impaired or colorblind, and selecting, for example, high contrast mode and large fonts. So these are the various options available to students in terms of social interaction in a reading list. Thanks for joining.